Hi, everyone. It's nice to have a chance to chat with you today. My name is Andy DeSoto, and I'm the Senior Advisor for Partnerships and Innovation at the National Science Foundation, which is the United States' largest supporter of basic and fundamental research that occurs at colleges and universities, including the area of psychological science and psychology research. I'm looking forward to chatting with you for a couple minutes today about the value of getting engaged in research in your high school years and how that can help set a foundation for a research career into the future. Before I get started, although I am an employee at NSF, I just want to indicate that my comments here don't necessarily represent the views or opinions of the National Science Foundation. So in putting together these comments, I took a couple minutes to think back about my own research experience in high school and how that helped lead me to the field of research and policy and administration in the field of social, behavioral, and economic sciences very broadly. I have to thank my 7th grade teacher. My interest in science goes even earlier than high school, but I'd like to thank her for encouraging me to become a scientist through our annual involvement in science fairs in middle school. But following that, once I arrived at high school, my first exposure to the field of psychology very broadly was in advanced placement AP psychology class. However, at my high school at the time, significant research experience in psychology specifically was not so much an option. So of course I had to look elsewhere for opportunities to do research. Other opportunities were indeed available. At my high school, I was able to register and participate in a computer systems laboratory class, and that became my senior capstone project. And in that work, I tried to the best that I could to combine and blend psychology and the area of computer science. And it led to my very first preprint, focused on modeling evacuation of population centers using a modeling program at the time. And of course, I'm embarrassed to pull that paper up and look at it, and I'm sure that if you're watching this video, the kinds of science you might be engaged in or might be interested in being engaged in will be far beyond the kind of work that I was doing in high school, but of course it's all part of the overall process. So that's that preprint. I do have to credit at this point, I had the fortune of attending a public magnet high school that was focused specifically on science and technology, and I really do find that my time at the Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology in Alexandria, Virginia was a really important step in my development, my personal development as a scientist. Just for fun, I'll include a couple of pictures of me at that time period. Here I am doing something that's science related, and here I am being a student, a little Easter egg for those who take the time to watch this video. You know, thinking about high school research, there are definitely some challenges, but opportunities too. As other videos in this series will cover, anything that involves research with human subjects is more complicated than research that doesn't involve those kinds of populations. So you may not be able to work with humans directly in high school unless your collaborators provide a way for you to do that in a way that's ethical and responsible and meets appropriate institutional guidelines. But you know what? If there are opportunities to follow other kinds of research trajectories, do that. Study other kinds of fields. In the grand world of science right now, interdisciplinary science is super hot. So think about this as one way that you can expand your skill set and background and bring more than one field to the table as a future scientist. And the nice thing about getting engaged in high school research is that by the time you arrive at college, you'll be in a great position to hit the ground running, assisting with research at the undergraduate or even a level beyond that. So it really is an opportunity. But really, I recommend that you enjoy the journey because before long, you may find yourself pigeonholed in a particular research topic. And at this early stage is the chance to really explore all sorts of ideas that interest you. One exciting development is that the National Science Foundation is now providing new ways for scientists to receive funding for high school research. Not too long ago, we issued a new call for funding, a new funding stream that we call SBE High, that invites funding requests to existing NSF awards to provide high school students with meaningful research. So as a student, this is not something that you would apply to directly, but rather a faculty member at a college or institution that already holds an NSF grant can apply for this to support students such as yourself or others. And as you can see, lots of fields related to psychology and psychological science are included in this solicitation. So with that, I'd like to encourage you to continue thinking about a career in research in psychology. I'd like to thank you for your time and listening, and I invite you to reach me on email or Twitter if you'd like to speak further on this topic. Thank you so much for your time.